Hello and welcome to Martin Lucas Investor. Thank you all for tuning in to the morning show. This is the show where we go live every single day to talk about the morning forecast for the day, where we look at the stocks, so crypto, getting ready for the opening bell and getting ready for Martin's show, which starts in just under an hour. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Welcome to the morning forecast show. Is it going to be a thundery day in the markets today? Is it going to be a day where we move sideways? Is it going to be a calm day? Or is it going to be one of those days we love the most where the markets pump and we all make money? Let's find out, because in today's video we've got a lot to cover, especially in regards to some big targets now for crypto, Bitcoin, XRP. We've got a few news stories we want to cover. The one big beautiful bill that's passed, the Trump versus Musk political alliance explodes. We've got the BRICS meeting again. Bitcoin hits a record weekly close. XRP awaits the SEC's decision. We've also got Washington sets the stage for post-Gaza talks, Gaza war talks, and then the deeper dive, the tariffs trigger, how Trump's August the 1st deadline redraws the investment map, and of course you've got the charts of the day. That's all in today's newsletter. We won't be able to cover it all, so the first link in the description and the pinned comment if you're watching live will be the newsletter. Please do consider going and signing up for it. But the main points to talk about today: the SEC to drop the appeal. Looks like it's very likely to be this week after a closed door meeting. I'll tell you more about that information um, shortly. We've also got Bitcoin eyeing up a big target, and that target from a bull flag I'll show you in the chart right now. We've got a target for Bitcoin of a bull flag, a big move up, consolidation, breaking up the bull flag, highest weekly candle close ever yesterday, eyeing up 145 to 150,000 with a few targets on the way. So we'll get into all of that in today's video and live stream. Thank you all for watching. If you're watching live, please do hit the like button. If you're watching later on, you're watching this as a video. So thank you for tuning in, and also please do hit the like button as well. So let's see who's in the chat this morning, and then in a couple minutes time we'll go through all of the news. We've got William Myers in the chat today. Good morning, everyone. We've got Pascal in the chat today. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, fam, says Robbie C. Welcome into the show, Robbie C. Lovely to see you here. Good afternoon, all, says Henrik. Let the show begin, says Robbie C. We love it. Brid W. Hay Sensei, hope all is well. I hope all is well with you as well. Thank you for asking. Give us this day our daily bread, Robbie C. Thank you. Can you break down Swift's 2025 upgrade? They're rolling out ISO 20022 and near instant payments. Won't that reduce the need for RippleNet and XRP? Could this hold Ripple back from growing? Tommy Tinkler, we will be covering that closer to that ISO deadline. So I imagine we'll be doing a deep dive on it this week. But initially, my thoughts on that are very much XRP and RippleNet are positioned perfectly for that upgrade, because they're one of the few cryptos that are compliant. They're one of the few cryptos that will really benefit the banks. I think they are the front runners in what this upgrade is going to do and how they're so compliant with it, and they are ISO compliant. So I will give you more news about that, the fundamentals, in an upcoming stream. But my thoughts are Ripple and XRP are there to benefit from the ISO upgrade. So the SEC drop appeal. Every time I hear that old news, same song. George Panagiku, sorry, I can't pronounce his surname. Thank you for your comment. That's how a lot of us feel. But it is inevitable in my opinion, and I think it's coming up very shortly. That I wouldn't name the video SEC to drop appeal for no reason. I've got some news to back it up, George. It's annoying. We've been hearing about this case for way too long, but it might be the final week that we hear, or the final couple days, but that we hear about this story. So I'll give you the news. I don't know what you mean by that. So Pentar is here. Hello, Alan Rorison is here. Hello, everyone. Morning from the USA. Joey Anderson, welcome from the USA. I'm here in the UK. Jay Harrington, hey legends, welcome into the show, Jay Harrington. What time is it for you right now, Jay Harrington? Okay, there we go. So let me get into the news. Let's get ready. Should we put the music on? Should we put the 4th of July music on? I mean, it's a few days past, but we might as well. Let's get the likes up. Let's get ready for the big news. Everyone smash the like button. Let me know your thoughts. Vote in the poll as well. Saab is here. I love it. Saab, welcome in. Must be early for you over there in the United States. Your thoughts on XRP a fixed price? Is it possible? Brendan, no, I don't think that's something that's going to happen. So I want everyone to hit the like button. I'm gonna get the music going. I'm then gonna give you all the news about the appeal being dropped because it's big news. And then once you've hit the like button, come here in the comment section and hit this like. Should we try a different song? I know we love Phoenix. I know we love Phoenix. Phoenix is the main song here, but maybe we put this one on.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
I was muted. Oops.
You burst in a fire, burn, a thirst and desire. You transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
I was just giving you guys some hype. We are waiting for the biggest end of the case. It's going to be big news, end of this week. In the next few days, the appeal is scheduled to end. They're going to drop their appeal. They're going to end the case. So I'm asking everyone to hit the like button, get ready for the news story. I'm going to bring it to you. $150,000 Bitcoin is right around the corner as well.
You know that they're just looking for attention.
Everybody needs to be hitting the like button. Let's get to 150 likes and let's get into the news. 30 more seconds of the song. Let's get the likes up and let's get into the news.
fire burn. A thirst and desire. You transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings and rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire. You transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings and rise from the ashes.
Thank you everyone for hitting the like button. I appreciate that a lot. And now I'm going to give you the news. So hit the like button already. Yes, hit the like button already. What are you doing? Let me see how many likes we get up to. Did we hit 100 likes? And 94 likes. 5 more likes. Let's hit 100 likes. In the meantime, I'm just going to read some of these comments that came through. Thank you everyone who came here in the comment section and also hit the like button there as well. Oh, Jay Harrington, it's 9:45 p.m. in Melbourne. So this show is pretty good for you then, Jay Harrington. I do see you here quite often. I'm glad that we do have a show that fits your time zone as well, because not all our viewers are in the US, and we don't actually get that many people from the US in the morning forecast show because it's too early. So thank you for tuning in. Eddie JP, he's from the US and he's tuning in early morning. That's why it's the breakfast show. Tommy Tinkler, is RippleNet mostly running? If RippleNet mostly running without XRP these days? I've read that most banks just use messaging systems or skip on-demand liquidity. Is XRP actually being used much in live transactions? Tommy Tinkler, I don't have the figures for you here today, but yes, there is a lot of XRP being used. If you look at the demand for XRP, it's at record highs, and the amount that's being used on the ledger is also near record highs. So, good morning. On the bill, do you have any information about no tax on overtime? When will we see we will get paid, or will it be when taxes are filed at the end of the Stuart Burns, I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of the bill. I do have actually a lot of information on the bill. We will go into it. I don't know if it'll answer that question, but Stuart Burns, stay with us. I'll talk about the bill shortly and what I know about it. But again, I'm not a US tax bill expert. I don't know when these come into effect, but I'll tell you my thoughts and my research I did this morning. Remember, I put about 3 or 4 hours of research every single morning into the newsletter, and basically in preparation for this show. And also for the premium members of the newsletter, they get their deep dives as well. So, good morning. Not that song, muted. Yes, don't worry about it. It's not that important. I'm going to brush over that. Got to go to work. Peace. You can always catch the show later. Good luck at work today. Good morning, Savage Faith Creations. Have you put your alarm on? What are you doing up so early this morning? Hi, Sensei. I gave you £5 for a chart reading ticker symbol AMR. Could you do it, please? Ibrahim Wolf, if a super chat came through, normally it would pop up on the screen. I haven't seen anything come through. Is it from a different show? Because normally I do all the super chats on the show. Let me know. I like that music intro before the music intro. Yes, it's good. Work control. Yes. XRP doesn't seem to be moving against the market. Can investors be loading up for this week's potential news? Brit W, I'll give you my thoughts right away, because that does seem that's why I've kept it. I'm going to tell you my thoughts because it gets me annoyed when people say, well, Ripple's XRP is not doing anything. It's sideways. It's terrible. I'm getting bored. I don't like it, and I'll tell you why. And it links with your comment. SSC drops their appeal today or later on this week. Nima, I will be on that news very shortly. Good morning, fam. Like button here already. Always excited to be here. Let's go, Lucas Aids, Robbie C. We love to have you here. If anyone else hasn't signed up for Sensei's newsletter, they should. It's full of critical information you can read throughout the day. David Helsley, thank you so much for being such a great supporter of the newsletter. I put in so much effort, and I'm always trying to make it better. There will be more and more perks coming to all the premium members. Yes, the link for the newsletter, I'll give it to you right now in the chat. This gives you a 7-day free trial. There's also a free plan, a monthly plan. Go and check out the newsletter. It's the only newsletter you really need. If you're an investor in the markets, you should have the newsletter. Yes, it fits perfectly. I get the shows now and also in the morning when I'm on the way to work. Perfect, Joe Harrington. I love it. That's amazing. Tuning from Canada. Thanks for the daily morning shows. No worries. Thank you for tuning in. Do consider becoming a member of the channel as well. The YouTube channel, remember, they're separate things. I don't want anyone getting confused. Newsletter is a completely different system to YouTube. YouTube membership, a couple dollars a month to have a badge and to be part of all the YouTube perks. Discord Premium is a separate system as well. If there was a way to do it all in one, we would, but they're different systems. Oi, oi, Savage. Morning, Stacey. Morning, Sub. That was yesterday. Yes, that was yesterday. Ibrahim Wolf. We didn't do a show yesterday. There was no show yesterday. There was no show yesterday, and there was not even a live stream set up for yesterday. So I don't know how you would have done that. Can you please confirm? I'm definitely happy to do the. I will do your request. I just want to understand where the super chat is because I definitely haven't got it. What is the price before we break up? TA, please. Yeah. Okay. Let's get into it. Yeston Winners here. Good morning, Sensei. Great newsletter. Morning. Good morning, all. Thank you, Paul D. Thank you so much. Okay. Everyone gets a newsletter before the show even starts. So there we go. Okay, now everyone's here. Now everyone's hit the like button. If you haven't, I'm not happy with you. There we go. I'm going to give you all the news and you haven't even hit the like button. It's free. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And let me tell you what I'm looking at. So Bitcoin hits record weekly close. XRP awaits SEC decision. Bitcoin's high. Remember, it's not the XRP show. XRP is my favorite token, but we have to look at the broader markets as well. We can't. XRP is not in its own little bubble where it doesn't get affected by anything else. Global markets affect Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin ETFs affect the altcoins. Therefore, it affects Ethereum, XRP. So it's a whole system. It's not, you can't really isolate XRP, and that's why I'm giving you the Bitcoin news here as well. So Bitcoin closed the week above $109,000, its highest weekly candle ever. And I'll tell you why that's important. Let me even bring up the chart for you right now. Let's use this chart here. And we go into the weekly candles. Weekly candles are a good view of the long term. Yesterday, at about 1 a.m. UK time, I think, is that what it is? Something like that. Yeah, 1 a.m. UK time, midnight on UTC. That's the time zone traders use. The weekly candle close of Bitcoin was around $109,200 dollars. That is the highest that's the highest daily candle close of Bitcoin in its entire history. What's even more bullish is you saw that weekly candle close came up to 106,000, tested it as support, confirmed that it was support, and now you've bounced up. So it does open the door. It's another bullish indicator that we are on the way to new all-time highs for Bitcoin. But not only that, not only was it the highest weekly candle close, which is one tick, doesn't always mean something by itself, but it certainly is a bullish indicator traders look at. So that's one tick. You have to look at these. You can't just isolate one bullish indication. You have to put them together. So highest weekly ever candle close, weekly candles, long-term view, medium-term view. It's a good bullish indication. And then the other bullish indication was that wick came all the way down to 106,000, which was previously resistance, flipped into support. And that's another bullish sign that the bulls held the level that was contested, 106,000. So another bullish indication. Another bullish indication is I don't believe we have any bearish divergence right now. We haven't made a higher high, and the RSI hasn't made a lower low, so we are in the clear right now with bearish divergence. The last bit of divergence you can see is lower highs on the chart and lower lows on the RSI, so no bearish divergence. Technical analysis. That's me saying this. Technical analysis now points to a breakout target of 150,000 if Bitcoin clears the 110,000 zone with volume. The macro backdrop, including physical stimulus from the big beautiful bill, is seen as supportive. All eyes now on volatility as traders brace for the next leg. Remember, I'm looking at Bitcoin to paint the picture of XRP next. Um, so let me just. I'm not sure. My mouth's a bit dry. Anyway, Um, so yeah, so why am I saying 150,000 targets on Bitcoin? Because that is what we need to happen. I've always said Bitcoin needs to go on its next big run so that liquidity flows into XRP. And where is the liquidity coming from? Well, this big beautiful bill is um, printing trillions of dollars. So that's where the liquidity is going to come from. So what we've got going on here is this downtrend and then this uptrend. This uptrend is quite a significant uptrend all the way from 75,000. Remember that retest of 75,000 was very key because of the previous all-time high. It was what we were expecting, and that pullback. And then we bounced from that level all the way to new all-time highs of 112,000. That's a significant uptrend. Then we started consolidating down and sideways in a parallel channel, and you can see that parallel channel here. So what do you have going on? Well, you've got a very clear bull flag. We have very recently broken out this bull flag, and the measured move of this bull flag is from the lows down here, 75,000, to the highs down there, up there. You can see the bull flag. You just basically copy and paste that line all the way from down there to up here, from the breakout point, which happened a couple days ago, which was confirmed recently with the weekly candle, the highest weekly candle close. And what you've got here is a target of basically $145,000. It's basically $150,000. That would be the psychological level for this bull flag. There is a bull flag target without any bearish divergence on Bitcoin for 150,000. Yes, there's some targets before. You've got basically this upwards trending target, which will now probably be around the 115,000 range. That's your first target. Then you've got the Fibonacci target, the 1618. So you've got this target from this low to this high. Potentially moving you to 130,000, and then your big bull flag target of 150,000. So this is incredibly bullish. You've got three upside targets, and before anyone starts thinking I'm giving any sort of advice or I know what's going to happen, this is not financial advice. This is my thoughts, my opinions. Please do not copy my trades. Please do not take anything I'm saying as I know the future. No one knows the future. I'm just trying to get an edge here using the charts, but this isn't financial advice. It's my thoughts, my opinions for entertainment purposes only. So please do not buy or sell based on anything I'm saying. What you've got going on here is three targets to the upside. The support around that bull flag around 106,000 once again. Highest weekly candle close, three big targets. What that results in is maybe a final push on Bitcoin dominance. Yes, Bitcoin dominance has hit one of our targets, so we can see the altcoins run for a short while, maybe while altcoins are running, we might see a break of $2.30 for XRP, but then we might go on a final push on Bitcoin dominance, potentially to 66%. And the highest target for Bitcoin dominance I have is 71%. If we go for a big Bitcoin push, altcoins struggle to keep up, we might go to 66%, and the final target of 71% for Bitcoin dominance. The higher Bitcoin dominance goes, remember, Bitcoin dominance means how much of the money is in Bitcoin. How much of the money is in Bitcoin, how much of the cryptocurrency market is in Bitcoin. The higher that goes, the more it can fall. And once Bitcoin dominance starts falling, it basically means altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin, more money's flowing into altcoins, and that's when we get an altcoin season. Remember, last time we hit one of our major targets of 60% was back in November of 2024. That gave me the green light to buy altcoins like crazy. XRP then went from 50 cents to $3. Altcoins went on their massive gains, and ever since we've seen a big Bitcoin push, altcoins getting crushed. Bitcoin is still looking strong. Maybe it's hit its next target. Maybe we'll see altcoins rally for a little while. That's what we've been seeing today. Altcoins up, Bitcoin down. But the next leg might be a short-term altcoin season, not a proper altcoin season. If Bitcoin starts pushing to its next levels, 115,000, 130,000, 150,000, you can see potentially Bitcoin dominance go on its final push up. Once it hits those targets, 150,000, you can see altcoins outperform. Bitcoin can still go up to its main targets of this bull run, maybe around 200,000, but it will just be underperforming the altcoins, and that's when we might see the big altcoin season where the good ETF news comes out for the altcoins. Remember, lots of altcoins now have ETF decisions, and we can possibly see XRP hit 10, 11, $12, and other altcoins go up hundreds of percent. So that's the narrative for the bull case of this bull market, and that's what we're looking at, and that's why it's bullish that we have these big targets for Bitcoin, and that's how you can potentially see it play out, especially with these bullish targets on Bitcoin now forming. But how does that relate to XRP? Well, XRP right now is, thank you for subscribing, Greg Headley. If anyone else wants to subscribe, please do hit the subscribe button. Also, please do hit the like button if you have just tuned in. So XRP legal resolution looms. Remember, we've got this annoying case that just won't end. Everyone's getting frustrated. Everyone's getting annoyed. But in theory, I'm not too annoyed or frustrated. Yes, I hate the case going on. Yes, we've been through it all. I mean, look at this terrible action. 2021 bull cycle was ruined. The bear market was brutal. Amazing news came out, and we went all the way back lower. And right now, I was more frustrated there than I am today here because from the levels we've been buying. We're up about 400% still. So again, I don't know where you guys have bought. Maybe you bought at the top, maybe you bought lower than me. I don't know. However, this structure here, you just need to zoom out and remember how high you are. To me, this just all looks like accumulation. It looks like a parabolic move up. The crash that we predicted, the 50% crash that we corrected, happened. We hit our targets of $2, then $1.71, the capitulation low, and it looks like $2 is holding strong. So unless we get some really bad news or Bitcoin starts dumping, the S&P 500 starts collapsing, I do see XRP holding $2. And right now, in the shorter view, we've got XRP coming up against $2.30. Basically a critical level of resistance. But just before we get into the shorter time frame and talk about $2.30, what you can see going on here, to me, is just consolidation, accumulation, and holding $2 to me is very bullish. Some people might be very bored about the price action. I'm not. I think it's showing strength. I'm getting excited. I think it's getting coiled up once again for the next move. Why am I saying that? Because when you look at other altcoins, you see them down a lot from their previous peaks. You just click on other altcoins and you can see how far they've come down. Some of them are making new all-time lows. Some of them are down. You look at Gala, for example, here from those peaks in 2024. I'm not talking about 2021 peaks. I'm talking about the peaks that we had in 2024, the end of 2024, January of 2025. Gala is down 82%. Something like EGLD, some of just these legacy altcoins from previous cycles down 77%. You've got Polkadot also probably down in the same similar ranges, down 70% currently. Some of these altcoins are making new all-time lows. To me, it's showing strength in XRP that we aren't just collapsing. We're not making new lows. We're nowhere near the lows of where we were before the pump. We're holding $2. We're not creating new lows even within this structure. We are down from those massive heights only 30% right now. To me, that shows strength. That shows someone's buying, whether it's retail or institutions, probably a mix of both. That's showing strength to me. I'm not pissed off. I'm not annoyed. I'm not selling my bags. I'm doing what's right for me. I don't know what's right for you. I'm not putting in more than I can afford to lose, but I'm also excited for the upside. I'm ready for all situations. As I've said, with all my investments, I'm ready for them to go up. I'm ready for XRP to go to $5, $10, $15, $20, $50, $100. I'm also ready for XRP to go down to $2, $1.70, $1.50, $1.50. If you're prepared for all situations, you will sleep better at night. You'll become a better investor. So even though I'm very bullish right now, or fairly bullish right now, I don't disregard the downside risk either. So when you zoom into XRP, now we're looking at $2.30. Remember, a few times you had this downwards trend, then you look to $2.30, then it's $2.62 as its resistance. Then when it breaks $2.30, you look to trend down to $2, which we did once again, and now we're back in an uptrend, trending towards $2.30. We've now hit $2.30 quite a few times, so I do think one more catalyst, which can be that SEC dropping the appeal this time in the next few days. I'll give you the date in a second. That can lead to us breaking $2.30. And when we break $2.30, just like we've seen before, if we break $2.30 and $2.33, just like we saw over here, I think we'll get that big push to the 786 from the all-time high, which is around $2.62. That will then give us a decision. Do we break $2.62 and move closer to $3.50 all-time highs, or do we come down to resistance? I'm not worried about that yet. What I'm focusing on right now is $2.30 and the target of $2.62. I have some open leverage trades from $2. I'll potentially close those leverage trades at $2.62 for a nice profit and just keep my spot bag because I do think XRP is going to make new all-time highs this cycle. So that SEC news can push because we're at such a key resistance at $2.30. SEC dropping the appeal, the end of the case. No one can ever come back for it. XRP is not a security, something that no other cryptocurrency has the legal ruling of. I think that can push it above that $2.30 mark. And then get it to $2.62. What will happen after that is possibly ETF news that pushes it to all-time highs. But right now we're focusing on what can happen this week, which is this XRP legal resolution. So XRP is hovering near $2.30, a key level of resistance. Expectations are that if this level breaks, a surge to $2.62 is next. Ripple has dropped its cross appeal, and speculation is rising that the SEC will formally withdraw its own appeal after the agency's closed door meeting on July the 10th. We will see. We don't know. Closed door meeting, July the 10th. We have been saying that they're very likely to drop their appeal, or their appeal, and even Ripple have said that we're expecting SEC to drop it. I don't think the SEC won't drop it. It's just a matter of time, when, not if. And that when could be July the 10th. So be prepared. It could be this week. It could be in the next 3 days. So get ready for that. July the 10th could be the catalyst that pushes XRP to $2.30. Again, I don't know the news. If I knew for certain, I'll be positioning my portfolio perfectly for this. I'll be opening a long position on July this. I don't know. This is all speculation, dubious speculation. So don't take it as a matter of fact. But July the 10th seems like a date that could be plausible for them to come out of that meeting and announce that they're dropping the appeal. So while that's going on, Grayscale's ETF now includes XRP. We covered that last week, fueling optimism for a dedicated spot product. We've got so many ETFs now that are lined up. And remember, there is a 245-day window from the time that the SEC accept the application. Accepting the application is not approving it. Accepting the application to when they have to give a decision whether they decline or accept. And throughout that 245 days, there's little deadlines that come up, and it's just basically the SEC keeps extending it. Even with this new SEC, nothing's really changed. All they do is extend it. But those 245-day 245-day deadlines are important because they have to make a decision, and I think the decision they're going to make is approving them, along with Bloomberg analysts that are now giving a 95% chance. They keep increasing it. They can't really move it to 100%. They're at the highest it can be, 95% chance that we will have an XRP ETF this year, along with ETFs for Solana. I think Litecoin was up there as well. So we've got altcoin ETFs coming out, and that deadline's starting, I think, in October. So in a few months' time, we will basically, in my opinion, have an XRP ETF in a few months' time. So we will have, I think, this catalyst of the SEC dropping the appeal will allow XRP to surge past $2.30. Then we'll hit $2.62, possible resistance. We might hit possible resistance at $2.62, and then the speculation of this XRP ETF, just like we saw the speculation of the Bitcoin ETF, it will start. People will start buying the news. Oh, sorry, buying the rumor, they'll start buying the Ruba, possibly pushing it up to all-time highs, $3, $3.50. The news comes out of the SEC approving an XRP ETF. They'll sell the news, and then once the inflow is coming in, and we get everyone FOMOing into altcoins, and then we'll get that altcoin season once Bitcoin's hit 150,000 and beyond. Then that's when we start seeing all these targets potentially $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $11. All these levels that I'm going to be laddering out potentially hit within a matter of weeks. Remember, when altcoin season starts moving, it moves fast. If you want to take profits, you have to have your plan in place today, not tomorrow. Plan in place today. I've had my plan in place for over a year now. So that will happen fast. But that's my thoughts on what on the bullish side of things. Of course, things can go wrong. I'm just speculating at this time. And Ethereum and altcoins, heavy ETF inflows signals altcoin summer. So Ethereum led inflows with 1.17 billion into spot ETH ETFs in June, its strongest month yet, with institutional momentum expected to reach 10 billion by end 2025. Stablecoin activity and tokenization trends bolster ETH's utility, while inflows into altcoin ETFs Solana, Cardano, etc. hint at a broader summer rally. So, market themes to watch. Institutional rotation, Bitcoin ETF flows slowed to start July, while ETH and altcoin ETFs are accelerating. Flows suggest a growing appetite for diversification and risk exposure beyond Bitcoin. Macro liquidity tailwinds. The big, beautiful bill is seen as injecting physical stimulus into the system, potentially lifting digital assets into a lower yield, higher liquidity environment. Look, the big, beautiful bill. You know my concerns about it. It's not great for the debt structure, but it's probably going to fuel the next run. More money printing, more money in people's hands. They're potentially in people's hands. Depending, again, there's a lot of debate of healthcare and that being removed. People are probably going to be less off if they're in the lower incomes. However, more money in maybe the middle class's hand. I don't know what to call it. They're probably going to start buying stocks, crypto, more liquidity being injected, more money being printed, and that's probably going to fuel this next run. So it is probably bullish for the crypto market. I don't know about the individuals though. Regulatory catalyst, XRP's SEC case resolution and spot ETF decisions for XRP, Solana, and ADA remain top July catalysts. A formal SEC withdrawal on July the 10th could trigger a wave of institutional repositioning. New highs mean nothing without follow through. Bitcoin's weekly close sets stage, but 110,000 is the gate. XRP's path hinges on July the 10th. Clear that, and momentum could shift fast. ETH inflows show where institutions are already leaning. Watch rotations, not headlines. So we've got a lot of news there for you guys on the crypto side. Things are moving. The big, beautiful bill can fuel this. So I'm going to actually make this into a video. So thank you everyone for watching. This is my thoughts. Leave your comments down below. There is a video up here for you to watch and a video up here for you to watch. So until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investor. We are creating a video within a live stream. I've decided to make this a video for you guys because I think it's important if you didn't catch it live. We're looking at XRP, the big beautiful bill possibly fueling XRP to new all-time highs. Bitcoin bull flag is triggering 150,000. So on with the clip taken from the live video. I hope you enjoy. This is all the information is from our newsletter. First link in the description. I'm now on with the video. Perfect. So let me go to your comments now. I thought I'll put that out as a video in case people didn't manage to join us live. We're going to talk about the one big beautiful bill in a second as well, because I want you guys to know what could be fueling this. So stay with me while I read some of these comments. Please do hit the like button and please do subscribe. What are your thoughts on everything I've just said? Let me see where... Yep, giving you the links there. What is the price before we break up, TA? Please, we've just done the TA. Good morning, Sensei. Great newsletter. Good morning, all. Thank you, Paul D. Greetings, XRP Army. Not long to go. Been holding for 5 years and never doubted what's about to happen. Aaron Jebeko, I am right with you. Yes, in Saab. Quant is making some big moves. Also, fundamentally, it's starting to sell out very quickly. Thank you, Jay Harrington. Hi all. It was either on this pay. Was it live? Were we live? Or did you do it as a super thanks, Ibrahim Wolf? Was it a super thanks? Did you do it as a super thanks, Ibrahim Wolf? ZBCN made a nice recovery yesterday. It was nice to see. Thank you, Steve Mariano. Or $100 Robinhood. Did you do it as a super thanks then? Because those were videos. At Sensei, just curious, what is your heritage originally from? It is from Persia, Iran, whatever you want to call it, Iran. Um, Now it's called, yeah, I don't know what the actual meaning of heritage is. Is it how far? I don't know. Iran. But one of them 22 hours ago. Thank you, Ibrahim. So it was a super thanks then. Hello from, just let me know the ticker you want me to have a look at. We'll look at it at the end of the show. Hello from US. Hello, Brent Mitchell. Do consider becoming a member of the show. Here is the membership link. XRP will fall. Little Pepe will make wealth. Oh, God. No, I wouldn't buy Little Pepe. Um, what you could do what you like. It doesn't sound appealing to me. If XRP was going to pump, it would have already had. No other crypto or stock is struggling to pump. West Beats, I've literally just shown you every single altcoin. I mean, 90% of altcoins are down compared to XRP. It's just a false statement, isn't it? And 20. I mean, show me another crypto, another stock. Or show. I mean, there is other stocks, but show me another a large amount of examples of cryptos and stocks that are up. I don't know, 600, 500% over the year because XRP is 27. Okay, I'm just gonna. 27 of the 37 FedNow certified services providers use Ripple. FedWire processes 200 million transfers, totaling over 1 quadrillion yearly. Oh yeah, FedWire, right. FedWire goes live July the 11th, overnight gazillions for XRP. Be careful with that sentiment. I think it'll be good for XRP. I don't think there'll be gazillions on XRP. Huge greed candle. Mooncat is excited, very excited, I can tell, but be prepared for all scenarios. What can we expect on VU if Bitcoin starts soaring? Eddie J Puckett, I don't think you can expect. We've seen Bitcoin pump massively and the S&P 500 go sideways. Remember, it doesn't really colorate. Am I saying that word right? I don't know what's going on with me this morning. I apologize. I don't think. I don't think we can say if Bitcoin pumps, what happens to VU. I don't think we've got a clear cut example. Just like, I mean, with Bitcoin, we can say if it goes sideways, altcoins normally pump if it's in a high liquidity environment. With VU, it goes back and forth. Sometimes VU leads the run up and the Bitcoin outperforms. And sometimes Bitcoin leads the recovery and VU catches up. But normally, Bitcoin and VU go up together. Whether one outperforms at one certain time, it's hard to say. Good morning. Will Pepe potentially rally? I'm sure it potentially will in an altcoin season. I don't see why not. I'm not. I haven't looked at the chart for a while, but it's an altcoin. It's a meme coin. If the altcoins rally, I'm sure Pepe will as well. I do like XRP and I have my bag, but retail will never move price, in my opinion. Only institutional adoption and use case will move price. Well, David, remember the altcoin season we had in December of 2024 and January of 2025. That wasn't suddenly institutions buying in. That 400 500% rise was led by retail FOMO, and an altcoin season where everyone's FOMOing in. So I know what you mean, but that's my thoughts on it as well. I do think retail can definitely move XRP's price. I mean, I'm sure institutional buyers underlying do have a part to play, but I wouldn't say retail can't move the price. We can't move the price. I can't move the price. If we had 1 million subscribers, we wouldn't be able to move the price. But I'm talking global adoption, global retail buying, global FOMO can. If both sides were to drop the appeal, would there be a fine to pay? Yes, there would. Whether the SEC demands 150 million or just asks for 50 million, that is something they can discuss behind closed doors. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse announces that RLUSD will be used for all services hidden road, boosting liquidity to XRP. Yes, it's big news. The key. I'm going to put that into my newsletter tomorrow. I just didn't have space today, but I will be covering that tomorrow. Banana zone. Sub loves the bananas. XRP is going to go through the roof. Yes, the original 100, I think it was a 150 million fine, but there is rumours that they can accept a $50 million fine. Either way, it's pennies on the pound. I'd much rather this case go to bed, and I'm sure they would. So basically, controlling XRP like paper gold and silver ETF. Don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, Mooncat, you in here XRP to the footer. I feel like XRP has come down more, has still has to come down more before the big pump. It doesn't have to do anything. Who knows? It really doesn't have to do anything. We can never say it has to go up. It has to go down. It will do what it pleases, really. Super chat. Oh, it was a super chat. Even with what was the ticker symbol of what you want us to look at? I'm just worried we might not be able to do it in today's show, but I'll definitely do it in tomorrow's. We're just running out of time, and I've got more news stories I want to cover. But we'll definitely do it in tomorrow's. Pop in tomorrow, and we'll do your stock request. I'm triple digits up on bank stocks over the last couple of years. Do you think it makes more sense to stick with quality banks rather than gamble on crypto? Tommy Tinkler, I don't give advice. Do what you think is best. I'm up triple digit on bank stocks. Yeah, congratulations to you. Whatever suits your investment profile. I think crypto will outperform banks, but who knows? Any new mugs coming soon, Brian? I think you've got enough mugs. I think I'm joking. I love your mug collection. I think everyone should have a collection like you. Do we have any new mugs coming? Well, the big one is the 100,000 subscriber mug. That's going to be the biggest mug of all time. Yeah, but you've already got the latest mugs though. Let me show everyone the shop. Yesterday I wasn't live, but today that's why I've extended the deadline for the 4-year mug. Today is the last day. If you haven't got your 4-year celebration mug, today is the last day. It's going away. It is going to be one of the most important mugs ever. 4 years is when the channel completely shifted. Martyn hit all-time highs on his portfolio. He did the biggest trade of all time by the big buying the dip trade. He brought on me and Vaz as he brought me on as a full-time, basically working on the channel. And he also brought on Vaz as a broadcaster. This is the first time you've got Martyn's face on a mug. First time you've got my face on a mug. Second time you've got Vaz's face on a mug. Second time you've got Vaz's logo. But all three of us celebrating 4 years. You are as much part of this celebrating 4 years than us. I wish I could have all your faces on the mug. But we are all celebrating 4 years together. This is not an achievement just for Martyn or me or Vaz. This is an achievement for everyone who's part of this community. You are why we exist, and why we do what we do is to serve you guys, and you are celebrating 4 years with us. So if you want a part of the 4-year anniversary mug, today is the last day. It is £20. There's only 7 remaining. There's only 10 mugs ever in this size. There is the link. Today is the final day. You can buy the mug and go get some XRP merch at the same time, and you get a discount. There's also the XRP mug. The only one left is the latte mug. So go ahead and get some merch. If you buy a few things, you get the discount on the side. If you buy, I think, 2 mugs, you get 10% discount. If you buy 2 mugs t-shirt, then you get 15%. There's discounts there for you guys. Or if you just want to go in and buy 1 mug. The 4-year anniversary mug is the one that's going to be completely removed today. No matter how many we've sold, they're going to be gone today. So there is the link. Go and grab yourself the 4-year anniversary mug. And it comes with a chart request as well. So let me know you've bought it, and I'll do a chart request for you. So in answer to your question, Brian, nothing yet, but there of course will be more to add to collection. We're going to make them, yeah, there'll be definitely a 100,000 mug as well. There will be a new XRP mug as well. Just to let you guys know. Bitcoin affects coin. Sorry, I'm just going to go through these comments, and I've got some more stories for you guys. Big beautiful Bill as well. Bitcoin affects coin, not so much VU. Yes, That's definitely right. Think you're looking for coordinate. Thank you, Pauli. Thank you. I don't even know what I was saying. Thank you. This is the first time holding or watching Vu and XRP together. Yeah, you won't see. They will colorate. No, it wasn't coordinate. It's correlation. They won't correlate. Yeah, correlate. They won't correlate. In a significant extent. I mean, if Vu goes up, XRP will go up, but the XRP is much more volatile. So can we see XRP hit? I don't know what's happening with this. Probably too small for me now. Always adjusting what I'm wearing on the show. So can we see XRP hit $15 to $20 by year end? You can. I won't bet on it, but yeah, you can. You can also see 50 cents by year end. I mean, be prepared for both. Love the banana, hey. Yeah, Saab loves the banana. Or coincide. I probably didn't spell that right. No, I meant correlate. Correlate. But thank you, Paul D. I thought they couldn't agree the fine behind closed doors. This is what Judge Torres was pissed about. No. Lloyd, that's not what the problem was. Um, they both came to an agreement and they wanted the judge to end the case. However, the judge said, "No, I'm not changing my ruling because nothing massive has changed." It's not. We've gone through it. It's not about the fine wasn't the problem. It's about wasting Judge Torres's time and not having sufficient evidence to say that she needs to overrule her ruling. That's why she was annoyed, is because nothing's changed. You haven't come back and said that the SEC was wrong, or the SEC hasn't come back and said we were completely wrong. We take back everything we said. If they came back and they said that, then Judge Torres would have ruled to drop the fine, done this, but that didn't happen. XRP will. I don't really want to look at the past. We're looking at the future now, anyway. XRP will hit $100. Brian, yeah, I think in the look, I like to take targets one at a time. I'm looking at this cycle, possibly $10 to $20, or $5 to $12, potentially $20. Next cycle, if those targets are hit, then I start looking at $50 to $100. We could have been neighbours since my family is from Syria and Lebanon. Well, Italy and North Africa too. Guess my family got around. Guess my family got around. Lol. This is gonna be so out of place. I love that, Amina. Yes, beautiful, beautiful place of the world. Beautiful areas of the world. $100 is the start, says Jay Harrington. And thank you, Sensei Tickers AMR. I'm going to write that down so I make sure I do it tomorrow. AMR, AMR, AMR. AMR. AMR for, and it's not a crypto, it's a stock. AMR stock for Wolf. Amina, I'm from Maltese Libyan. I'm Maltese Libyan. Lovely. I love that, Jay Harrington. Now living in Australia. I'm expecting XRP. Oh, I'm expecting XRP to $1.20, says Jerry. Just accumulate, folks. Folks, don't worry about pennies now. The price looks cheap in a few. This price will look cheap in a few weeks. Oh, I love that, Sab. Few weeks. Let's hope so. $1.20, says Paul D. That's right, Sab. Today's expensive prices are tomorrow's low prices. It won't be long, but yeah, some analysts says 0.6, which would be amazing. I mean, look, if it goes down, I'll be happy. I will sell. I'll sell the house. No, no, I won't do that. I hope my wife's not watching, but if it goes down that low, 50 cents, 60 cents, there'll be a few things that'll be sold. And that's not me telling you to do the same thing. I'm country and value investor. Crypto's too high for me right now. My portfolio is the top 1% of retail investors and triple digits on the banks. I'll wait for real value. Yeah, everyone's views are different. Everyone's situations are different. Nope, the world was correlate. Nope, the world was correlate. Yeah, correlate. Jay Harrington's so-called correlated. Correlated, yes. 0.6 XRP is definitely on the cards. I think it is on the cards. I know, Jared, we're laughing, but it is on the cards. We can't disregard it. I don't think we're gonna see that level again, but it's on the cards. Another fantastic newsletter, Sensei. Thank you, Brian. If anyone else wants the newsletter, thanks for all the compliments about the newsletter today. I really appreciate it. Here is the link for the newsletter. Good morning, Sensei. XRP to $2, says Yestin. Saab, hello, buddy. I agree with your statement too. These little ups and downs are nothing to worry about. Um, yeah, here we go. I was happy to buy some XRP to drop to $1.98. Yeah, great level. Congratulations, Eddie. So let's go through some more of the stories. Martyn will be live with us in about 15-20 minutes time. So we've got time to do some more stories. Um, so here we go. I will do a video on this one as well. Zach's hate. I was about to start a video, but you've said the words. You've said the words. Um, I wouldn't mind a dip, to be honest. I'll buy endless amounts of XRP. The year is 2025, and traders are living together in seemingly perfectly harmony until one man catches fire. This is Sensei. Well, I don't have that song, but I've got this one. Everyone smash the like button. Let's get into some more news stories. Hit the like button, vote on the poll, hit the like button over here, and let's get ready for the next story. Don't go anywhere. 30 seconds of the music. Let's get the likes up. Let's do it.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony. Until one day, a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're surrounded, no defenders. You've hid your fury and kept it in. But it's time now, you ignite and turn to embers. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. They let you down, but you get up. They let you drown, but you don't stop. You show 'em you're a phoenix.
Get ready for verse 2, electric.
Thank you, everyone, for getting the likes up. I'm going to ask a important pulse question in a second. Are we over 100 likes now? I bet we are. Let me refresh. Oh, no one liked the stream. Let me do that again. 196. Only one person liked the stream in that whole time. That is not acceptable. 100. What's everyone doing? Hit the like button. Let's get to 200 likes. Do take a second to hit that like button. I don't think anyone did. Everyone's asleep this morning. We've just got the answers for the poll. So XRP all-time high coming. What's happening first? XRP breaks all-time high first is 55% of you. XRP dumps before it pumps 17%. Waiting for confirmation 17%. Bitcoin hits 150,000 at 10%. There we go. 425 votes. And there is the poll's results. Just do that. There we go. I'm going to do another poll. So the question I'm about to ask now, before we get onto the one big beautiful bill, is I asked this on the July the 4th stream, but we had about 60, 70 people watching. Thank you, everyone who tuned into that one. Really appreciate speaking to all the community there. I'm sure we've got more people watching today. So I'm going to ask. I'm thinking of doing, you know how Martyn has the Robin Hood account. In the UK, our best brokerage, in my opinion, is Trading 212. When I say Trading 212 in the poll, that's not me saying I'm going to be trading live. I'm doing the Trading 212. So what I'm looking to do is do something similar to Martyn. Start with around 5,000 or 2,000. We'll decide it together and try and build up a portfolio live on the show and make a series with it. So I'm going to ask the question now in the chat. Do you want to see that live in the chat? Sensei trading 212 slash Robinhood. The reason I'm saying Robinhood is so you understand it's not a trading challenge. It's a trading 212 long term portfolio, trades, swings, all that sort of stuff. Live on the show, not for you guys to copy, but just as a form of entertainment and my journey, just like Martyn shared with you his journey. Do you want to see it? Do you want me to buy and sell stocks live on the show and share with you my portfolio? Yes or no? If we get, I don't know, probably 70% plus on the yes, then I will consider doing it. The vote is there live in the chat. Do give me your thoughts and opinions. Do you want to see that? Did we hit 200? Someone just said 200. 214, there we go. There we go. Jay Harrington, exactly. Lola. If we ever see $1 XRP, I would load up so much more on it. It wouldn't be funny, says JJ Apple. Thank you, Zach. Say big, beautiful morning. JJ 8 Ball says 200. Thank you very much. Yes, says Brian. All the excess liquidity has been drained from the economy, and these rates, while historically low, are tight. Fed has no choice but to print. Well, the big beautiful bill is definitely printing. Love to see that. I think £5 would £5 would be amazing to start. If you need a code, let me know. Free share. Daniel, £5 would be a great start. I don't think I can get anywhere with £5. Imagine that you have to double £5, then double £5, then double. It's ridiculous. I mean, if you start with, I don't want to start with £5. Oh, 5k, right, 5k. I was gonna say £5 would be ridiculous. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah. We'll decide the monetary amount in a later part. I just want to see what everyone thinks. So vote on the poll, yes or no, if you want to see it. Would rather see you making your crypto trades, but either way, I'll be learning from you. Yeah, it's just harder because crypto is all over the place. It's more of a security risk and all that sort of stuff. In terms of where it's held, this, that, or the other, more likely to make a mistake, leak private keys, all that sort of stuff. Crypto is very clear for me. I'm just along. It's just, yeah, I don't know. We might do a crypto one in the future, but maybe should we do a Coinbase crypto one and a Robinhood at the same time? Just have a little portfolio on Coinbase and only do Coinbase coins. I don't know. He's the problem. He doesn't go. He's the problem. He doesn't go on uphold or any other problem. I love Martyn, but he says some way more possibilities than being limited. What Robinhood holds is already gone up. Well, I don't know what you mean. Oh, you mean Martyn should invest in crypto? Well, everyone has their own strategy. I mean, Martyn's at all-time highs. Most crypto investors aren't. So there we go. Just got in. Smash the like, John. Thank you for tuning in. Does anyone need a code for trading 212? Daniel, we don't really allow self promotion in the chat, so please do be careful. We don't want to time anyone out. Stella up 4.2% today too. Stella up 4.22%. Oh yeah, Stella's up a lot today. Yeah. It was up yesterday as well. Stocks and crypto on Robinhood. Yeah, but we don't have ISAs in Robinhood in the UK. I mean, I made a hell of a lot of money on Binky Monk. Would be cool to see how you do crypto as traditional stocks with the same start. Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, but then I'll just be basically 80% XRP. It's just a bit boring, isn't it? Oh yeah, what are your trades, crypto or S&P? I think stay with crypto. Keep the crypto vibe, please. Don't switch up. No, Jesse, I think you should be well, I think I should be investing in everything. Don't just want to focus on crypto. Do you have a black belt in Karate Sensei? Yes, I do. Now, well, I was one away. The way I was doing it was it wasn't karate, it was ninjutsu. and you get a brown belt with a black stripe within. But then COVID hit and I stopped, so there we go. Now it's on Robinhood, but there's so many others that are not. Okay, let me get on with the video we're about to make because Martyn's going to be live in 7 minutes. I think the link will come through shortly. I don't have any other messages. There we go. Okay, I'll do this video and then we'll probably move it over to Martyn's stream. So here we go. Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investor. The big, beautiful bill has been passed, and not only is that what Trump wanted to do, it's probably going to push the markets higher. The liquidity will probably come in. People will probably spend that money that they are saving into the markets, and we can probably see a Bitcoin maybe hit 150,000. XRP probably hit our targets of $10. Because of this big beautiful bill. But let me just explain to you what that big beautiful bill is before we go any further. And also before we go any further, please do not buy or sell based on anything I'm saying. I'm not a financial advisor. This is my thoughts and opinions only, and I'm not giving you any investment advice. So the one big beautiful bill passes. What is it? A sweeping tax and spending law signed by former President Donald Trump on July the 4th, 2025, at a campaign-style rally in Houston framed as America First economic reset. Dubbed the One Big Beautiful Bill. It locks in Trump's 2017 tax cuts and expands credits for tips, overtime, child education, and adoption, and delivers a 1% remittance tax. The bill passed through Congress via budget reconsolidation process, crucial for bypassing the Senate's filibuster. Remember, I'm going to get into the charts as well in a second, just to give you my quick thoughts on XRP and Bitcoin and how they can hit their targets as well. If you do enjoy these videos, please do hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'm reading this from a newsletter that goes out every single day, the best newsletter out there in my opinion. The link for that is the first link in the description. Do consider signing up for it. So, the Senate approved the final version with a 51-50 votes, with Vice President J.D. Vance casting the tie-breaking vote after a marathon amendment session. It was a long session. It was a tie-break with the Vice President giving the final vote in approval. The House then followed with a narrow 218 to 214 vote, secured by an intense leadership negotiation and overcoming two GOP defections, two Republican deflections. This legislative victory marked a significant moment in President Trump's second term agenda, consolidating his influence with the Republican Party structure. What are the main changes? Well, what we've got going on here is taxes. One of them is taxes. 2017 Trump tax cuts made permanent. No federal tax on tips or overtime under 150,000. Child tax credit doubled and SALT cap raised. Spending 175 billion for border security, 160 billion increase for defense, deep Medicaid cuts, stricter SNAP work requirements, clean energy tax credits eliminated. Other tax, no tax on social security, expanded education and adoption credits, 1% remittance tax, student loan subsidies rolled back. So who gains, who risks losing? Gains, wage earnings, families, retirees, and defense and border sectors. Risks, low income Americans, Medicaid cuts, SNAP recipients, clean energy firms, state budgets, and hospitals bracing for a rise in uninsured. So, why it matters. The One Big Beautiful Bill marks a pivotal shift in the US fiscal policy and wide-reaching sector impacts. Permanent tax cuts and exemptions for tips, overtime, and social security could lift disposable income, support consumer sectors, and benefit service heavy employers. Defense contractors are likely to be the winners amidst a 160 billion military boost, but Medicaid cuts and the rollback of clean energy incentives threaten hospital balance sheets and renewable project pipelines. States may widen budget gaps as federal support shrinks. With deficits projected to surge by 3 to 5 trillion, treasury yields could rise, steepening the curve and pressuring credit sensitive equities. Markets may rotate out of these sensitive growth sectors into defense, consumer cyclicals, and near term stimulus plays. This bill isn't just about tax cuts or spending lines, it's a structural sign. When government policy leans hard into defence and consumption while pulling back on healthcare and energy transition, capital doesn't follow, it reprices. Investors should be thinking less about what rallied today and more about what's funding stress, physical direction, and sector reallocations mean over the next 6 quarters. Watch the curve, watch the coverage ratios, and stay nimble when subsidy floor just vanished. They are basically printing money again, another 3 to 5 trillion added to the deficit. That money is potentially going into wage earners, maybe not the low income Americans, but maybe some higher income Americans that are not classed as the low income Americans because of the Medicaid cuts. That's probably not going to affect them very well. But slightly higher earners will probably have more money to spend. That money could probably be deployed into the markets, increasing liquidity. XRP, for example, is at $2.30, awaiting a decision from the SEC. That decision is coming soon, in my opinion. There'll be a video at the end of this that you should go watch, where I give you my opinions on when the SEC is dropping that appeal. But in theory, that appeal drop should take XRP past $2.30 and potentially over to $2.62 and way beyond if Bitcoin hits its targets. Bitcoin is currently sat at $108,000. It had its highest weekly candle close, and we've got a bull flag possibly targeting 115,000, 127, and the main bull flag target is 150,000. That can all be fueled by some liquidity coming out of this big, beautiful bill. So keep an eye out for that, and that can also definitely fuel the S&P 500 going further as well. But not only do we have the big beautiful bill story, I've also got one on tariffs, which could not this one. There's many stories in today's newsletter. First link in the description. But I'll tell you about tariffs in a later video. If you did enjoy the video, quick update on the big beautiful bill. We'll be covering it more in depth on the show. We're live all the time. 2 videos up here. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Let me find the tariff story we have as well. Actually, I'll let Martyn cover that one because it's in a deeper dive and the tariffs have been moved back to August the 1st. I know he wants to talk about tariffs, so if not, I'll cover it later on. Let me see what your comments are. I'm just waiting to get Martyn when link. Okay, we'll get the link for Martyn shortly. Let me go through your comments once again. If anyone has a chart request, in fact, actually, I can do. Is Wolf still in the chat? Oh no, we've got. That looks like Martyn is about to give his link. Yes, we've got Martyn's link. Let me click on that. Let's see if we've got a time. Starting at 2 o'clock. Perfect. We'd have time for a chart request or two. So if you want to do a chart request, you can do a $4.99 super chat. Sensei trading, the Robinhood series, 76% of you said yes. Over 70%. A lot of it seems quite popular, so we will look into that then. Martyn's going live in 8 minutes' time. If anyone wants a chart request, you can do a $4.99 super chat. Yeah, Jesse, I'll show. My show has always been a mix of crypto, stocks, charts, and charts we cover all over. We buy stocks, crypto. My favorite thing is XRP. That's why we talk about crypto. But I know my name is Sensei Crypto is what we started out as, but very quickly after we've moved on to stocks. We'll see, Jesse. See what everyone thinks. What's your target on XLM this bull run, Sensei? I have to do a chart request for that. We can do that later on, unless you want to do a chart request. Yes, poll not opening. I wish Robin had the MIDI index feature like Trading 212. Sensei, what do you think if Satoshi sells any coins? The person or the persons are worth 100 billion and hasn't sold one coin. Yeah, I think Bitcoin will tank and then probably be bought up. I think that's the one risk for Bitcoin. But once it all gets sold, the price might crash all the way down to 20,000 because everyone will get liquidated, probably even MicroStrategy. It might crash down to 20,000, 15,000, 10,000, but then everyone will buy it back up and the risk of Satoshi coming out is gone. So it'll be quite an eventful time if that happens. Not only for Bitcoin, but for all altcoins. Okay, let me, is Wolf in the chat? Ibrahim Wolf, are you in the chat? What do you think PBAI will do today? I don't have any thoughts on it currently. I know Martyn knows some more about that. You can ask him. He'll be live in about 5 minutes. Any news for on cap for overtime? Paul D, nothing. I didn't cover that unfortunately. BBAI said to rally your thought. I don't. BBAI, Big Bear AI. Next target's $8, and it's sort of just hit that target. So I wouldn't be too excited. I mean, I'm looking at the chart here. We bought it on this upwards wedge, $3, $4. The target's around $8. It's got higher targets, $10, $12, $16. But you've certainly hit one of the main targets on Friday. So it's not as exciting as I thought it would be. Hope so, Sab, for sure. $7 to $10, JJ. Got more H-bar news from the bottom this weekend. Love it, Sab. I think you're right, Paul. Anyone know anything about Solana's Seeker phone? Can I buy your XRP to the mug, please, Sensei, as I missed that one? Brian, I will speak to you on Discord. I've got one available. I can speak to you on Discord. You're such a big supporter. You've got everything else. It would be a shame for you not to have this one. XRP $1,000. I think, did you message me on Discord previously? Is altcoin season a thing? If so, when do you think it will start? I think it will start when in the summer or autumn. In the next 10 months, once Bitcoin goes on its next big leg up and the altcoin ETFs come out. No requests at the moment. I can't see Wolf in the chat. So what I'm going to do is end the show, send you directly to Martyn, who is ready to go live. I'm going to just see if there's anything I missed. Did anyone buy the mug? Because today is the last day. No one yet. This is the last day of the 4-year anniversary mug. You want to be part of the 4-year anniversary. We've just had our 4-year anniversary. Here is the mug. Last day. It will get removed today. So in fact, it'll be even more limited because not all of them will sell. So go grab your the 4-year mug. Did you say 10 months? Yeah, I mean, I think in the next 10 months. I don't know when. I can't give a prediction. In the next 10 months, in the next 9 months, until second quarter of 2026. Is when I think by that time we'll see it happen. Whether it's in the next month or two or whether it's in 6 months' time, I don't know. That's the timeline of when the bull market should end, is in the next 10 months. There is the mug there. Newsletter, go and sign up for it. You get the 5 things you need to know every day, the chart of the day, the big stories. We don't give away too much in the morning shows anyway. We go through a couple of the stories. We've done the big beautiful bill. You don't know about the Trump versus Musk, everything about Tesla sliding, why it matters, the American party launching, the Rio Rift, the BRICS, what they're up to, the Bitcoin XRP news, the Gaza talks. We've got the deeper dive on the tariffs and the August the 1st. You've got on the radar what's happening this week. BRICS Summit today is day 2. You've got all of the economic calendar, what's happening this week. You've got 3 charts of the day, Tesla, Bitcoin, XRP. So do and go and check them out. That's on the newsletter. I'll give you the link once more. Here it is. Okay, now I'm going to end the show. We're going to be back tomorrow with the morning forecast show. We're here every single day. Martyn is going to be live in the next couple of minutes. The rubber band has been stretching for too long for XRP. ETFs incoming, institutions coming in. FOMO will push it higher. Mine should be here someday. Mine should be here sometime today. If you're in Discord, please do post a picture. Nice, Brian, with HBAR. Brilliant. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Get ready for Martyn's show. Here is the link. I'm going to give you the link, and I'm going to ask everyone to do this because sometimes you forget. click on the link right now and type in the chat, Sensei sent me. Sensei sent me. I want everyone saying Sensei sent me for this video. Oh, it's a special. It's an XRP one. I like this. XRP Ripple Bank of America, the backdrop. The backdrop XRP Bank of America. Very exciting stuff starting in a minute. Been in crypto for almost 4 years. What's another 10 months long? I think we, as of right now, with all the positive catalysts, crypto are going to be a massive whole new system. I agree, JJ. So here we go. I'm going to end the show. Click on that link. It's also automatically going to take you. See you in tomorrow's show. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.